Let's do it. Jem, disappointing defeat to West Ham. Give me your take, mate.
I'm here to take the smoke. I'm not here to hide. Listen, I don't think our football club's given any rivals the reason to think that they can come at us until today. But before we even talk about Chelsea, I want to really say congratulations to West Ham, especially on that second half performance. I honestly think that West Ham team is the best West Ham team I've seen for a very long time. They are very, very good. And if you don't stop them from playing, if you allow them to play to their strengths, if you don't win the second balls, which we didn't in the second half, if you don't shut them down and you allow the Antonios and the Bowens to play their game, they will hurt any team in this league, whether it's Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. They will. They can do it, I think. But in terms of Chelsea, I think it was a tale of two halves, Terry. I thought we played well in the first. To be honest, barring the mistake, which was a very poor mistake from not only Mendy but Jorginho with the pass back. We lost the rhythm in the second half. I know I've seen a lot of people on social media talking about Lukaku. Ever since Lukaku came on the pitch, we kind of lost it. Now, I was not pleased with his performance whatsoever. If you want my honest opinion, I've said for a very long time, even before he'd even come to Chelsea, that I was worried about him being very static and will it affect our system? And when you look at the tale of two halves, we look more in control because with Havertz, he allows the system to tick better because of his movement. And I just feel like Lukaku, it might be that he's just been injured and he's only come back. And it is still very early to even sit here and talk about him being a flop or whatever. But from what I saw today, it wasn't good enough. You know, we were getting the balls out to the wings and he wasn't even moving in the box. His movement was poor. It was just it's like he waits for the ball to come to his feet rather than actually think about making that run to the near post. Do you know what I mean? Once the wing backs have got the ball. And that does affect the system because of the system and the way that we play it is it has to have rhythm. It has to have movement. It has to have people shutting down. You have to work hard. And he doesn't work that hard. From what I've seen today, he didn't work hard enough. And we moan about Werner. We moan about Kai Havertz. Yeah. You can only give the same energy for him based on this performance. I'm not saying he's crap and he's not good for Chelsea, but from what I've seen today, he wasn't any better than them two. If anything, Havertz was better for me in the first half because of the way he plays the system. That's it. So, I know, at the end of the day, we have to just take the smoke, bro. There's not much we can say, is there? You know, we lost. We take it on the chin. We could be third by the end of the weekend. And listen, and I keep saying to people, 7 games in December, this can go up and down all the way through December. We could be third, then we could be second, we could be first again. That's what I'm expecting. So us being third now, we shouldn't be panicking.
I hear you on that. And I want to ask you this question. A lot of Chelsea fans, I've seen a lot on Twitter, these last few games have shown me this is why we can't win the league, why we won't win the league. What is your take? Do you feel like the result against United and the performances against Watford and West Ham, do you feel that's a sign that you're just not quite where maybe Liverpool or City are? Or do you just think, look, it's a bad 2 or 3 games, we're going to come good again? Like, where's your head at?
It's hard, Terry. I'm not going to lie, because without Lukaku and Werner, we scored 27 goals. And the issue we were saying is that we don't score goals. And we was doing that. So the fact of us not being clinical, not being able to score goals, I don't think is the issue. I do think that the system needs certain individuals in the team for it to work to its best ability, if that makes sense. So the fact that we've lost Ben Chilwell, I keep talking about it. Alonso coming in will do a job, but it affects the system. Our wing backs are so important in the way that we play this system. We create through our wing backs. We don't really create through our middles or our forwards. The forwards are the ones, the forward three are the ones that make the runs. So I think it's more of an individual thing, depending on who plays in that position is how well the system will play. And not to say that Lukaku can't adapt himself a bit better to this with whoever's playing behind him, because he may do. He just may need a couple of games. He has been out for a while. But we need to see better. If we continue with performance like we did against Watford and West Ham in the second half, I've said it, I don't think we can win it. I don't think we can win it. But at the end of the day, that can all change, providing that we can somehow get these players, Lukaku and whoever else, to sort of tick. And that's the thing for me, because Lukaku needs to play. You can't spend £97 million on a striker for him to sit on the bench. It defeats the object of buying him in the first place, right?
Yeah, I mean, defeats the object. I suppose it is that question, though, isn't it? Do you look better without him? And I think that was thrown in as a question, as a little bit of salt before you went away. But you have to look. I know he's come back from injury, but I swear he went 7 games before his injury without scoring as well. I remember at Man United, he started off really well. I think he had 10 goals in 10 games. Didn't score in every game, but it equaled out to 10 in 10. And then I swear he went through like a 10 to 20 game period after that where he got 1 or 2 goals. And there'll be a lot. And the problem is a lot of people are going to apply that pressure. And when you're 97 million pounds, you're returning to the Prem for the second time, returning to the Prem for the second time, returning to Chelsea for the second time. There's huge amounts of pressure. And look, there's been links to the likes of Lewandowski and other strikers in recent days. In the back of my mind, we know what Roman's like. He's ruthless, and if he isn't getting what he wants from his players, he'll spend more. But I think you're right. I don't think you're out of the title race yet.
Just say one more thing. Go on. Say one more thing for a shoot as well. Am I panicking about where we are at the moment, especially in the last 2 games that I watched? No. I've seen this team consistently play to a level in the system that works, and we might find that a bit later on. But what I will say is that December period, and I say it for most teams that are competing for the league, for me, is the most important period in terms of accumulation of points. We don't usually have great Decembers, and we need to change that. We beat Watford just about. We've gone and lost to West Ham, and we've got a couple of hard games, including Wolves and Brighton, etc., to play. We now have to get maximum points for the rest of December to still be involved in the title, and we can do it. So let's just not panic yet. Let's not panic yet. Let's hope Tuchel can go back now and get into training, work with the Lukakus, work on the system, and hopefully by the end of December you'll see that Chelsea's still up there and competing. So I would say don't panic yet, Chelsea fans. Take it on the chin, take the smoke. It is what it is. We're always destined to lose a game. Let's be serious. Not many rival fans have been able to come out and say much to us anyway, have they? Recently, this is the first real time that they can come out and.
I suppose the question is: has Michael Carrick broken Chelsea?